Today we're talking about how 6 to 12 months of focus, intention and work can literally change the rest of your life. Hello lovely people, welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, I'm Emma. I'm a confidence life coach who helps you awaken your inner self and create your most beautiful life. I'm here to help females discover who they really are, what they want for their life and how to make it all happen. Today we're talking about how 6 to 12 months of hard work, intention and focus can literally change the rest of your life. Let me first tell you about why I'm making this video. There'll be chapters at the bottom, along the timeline and in the description, which you can click to go to the different stages if you're not interested in hearing about my why. If you've been here for a while and you've been following our journey, Mike and I's journey for a while, you'll know that we moved to Devon in 2016. We moved from Gloucestershire and we literally reset our whole lives. I went from working in a corporate job to both of us living down here and running our own business. That business started out as furniture. We were making tons and tons of items of furniture every single week. We were sending them all over the world. They were going into big companies. It was what you would define as a successful business. However, Mike wasn't happy, and ultimately life's about being happy. So we decided to take the business in a new direction. This direction was about Mike and his actual trade, which is carpentry. We've been doing this for a few years now and we are ready for a new adventure. However, this whole idea of a new adventure isn't coming just because we want to do something new. Mike has had a problem with his back. He's got 2 slip discs and 1 torn disc, and this started way back while we were in Gloucestershire. He was fitting a wardrobe at the time, we think, or a bookcase, maybe, I can't remember what the exact thing is, and that's when we think it really, it happened. Sometimes it goes, he keeps up with it with regular treatment, but sometimes it can take him out for a week or 2 in our lives. When we're a small business who literally relies on Mike's wage as our income, that can be a bit of a situation. We've been dealing with that. We've been dealing with that for a while. The next thing is that he has a problem with his knee. Mike's had this problem as long as I have ever known him. It's taken until this year for the NHS to really accept that the problem's probably more than just a dodgy knee, and he has finally started getting x-rays and being seen about it. Ultimately, he needs a knee replacement. However, he can't have a knee replacement because he's 30. He's 31. I think once you get to a certain age, you just forget how old you are. We are the same age. I forget how old I am. So they can't do the knee replacement because he's too young. You can only have 1 knee replacement across your life. It's not now, like you can't have it now, they only last a certain number of years. Anyway, I'm waffling. He needs a knee replacement. Can't have it, he needs to look after his knee. The nurse has recommended that he stops doing what he's doing. That's like huge in our world because that is our business, it's our life, it's everything. And we're not just gonna stop. Like, we're going to take some time, it's going to be a slow progression into doing something else, but that's what this whole video is about. How to change your life in less than a year. That's what we are trying to do, and we've done it before, we can do it again. I'm a firm believer in that life isn't about following one single thing and starting something, learning a trade and just doing that for your whole life. I think life's about adventure. Life's about learning things, understanding things, discovering things until you get to the point where your soul thinks it's learned enough in that area and you need to learn something else and it's ready to follow a new adventure. It's all ultimately leading on your path to your Dharma. What are we going to do? Well, this is what we're going to do. As I've said in other videos, my life goal, my life purpose is part of ayis, Awake Your Inner Self. It's helping females discover who they are, what their life purpose is, and how that can translate into creating their most beautiful life, and ultimately how to do it. While I'm going to be still doing some photography, this is our brand. This is what we want to create. This is what we want to build. In 8 months, we have 6 weeks booked out of the joinery diary, already cleared out of the diary. And we will be going abroad for those 6 weeks. We've never done anything like this before. We've only ever been away for like 2 weeks at a time. Neither of us went travelling, so we've booked 6 weeks out of our lives and we're going to travel. We're going to probably just go to one place for those 6 weeks, maybe 2, and just see what we think of being away from home for that amount of time. Over the course of the next 8 months, we are going to completely change our lives. Again, this isn't the first time we've done this. And we're going to be taking you on that journey with us. So every month I'll be doing an update video like this with a bit more info about how we're getting on, how you're getting on, keeping you accountable if you're following the journey too, inspiring you maybe to start, giving you the advice on how to start, how to do it and how it's going, what lessons we're learning along the way, how it compared to our previous journeys, and just anything else we want to share with you. Before we get going on today's video, which is how to start, I want to just quickly share a sponsorship with you. Now, this isn't a regular sponsorship, I am sponsoring my own video. I would have never had the confidence to sponsor my own video with one of my own courses, but if you watched last week's video, it's a perceived obstacle, I'm getting over it, and here we are today sponsoring this video with my own course. Today it's my ebook, Create the Grid of Your Dreams. If you're watching this and are totally inspired to change your life, which is exactly what I'm hoping for, this ebook is gonna help you on your way. If you're new to Instagram, which we all know building an audience is the very quickest way to help you create your new reality. If you're looking to level up how your grid looks, find content to talk about in your chosen topic area, and start attracting people to your Instagram, this is the ebook for you. It's a beginner's guide. We talk about finding your style, the basics of how to take a photo, how to edit it, how to crop it. We talk about captions and hashtags, how to know when to post and what to do when you do post, plus a quick look at stories and how to bring this knowledge all together to start growing your audience. I'll leave a link in the bio where you can download it today. I want to let you know that I've created a free downloadable PDF with all the information that I'm going to share with you, some questions, some note space, get it all in the link in the bio. So don't worry about taking notes today. I'm here, I'm ready to share it all with you anyway. I've talked enough about me and my life now, so let's get into the point of this video. How you're going to change your life in the next 6 to 12 months. First of all, why have I put a time limit on this? It's really important to put a time limit on because we can just drift off into space. It can be 3 years down the line and we have made no changes. Trust me, I know this. We were threatening to move to Devon for about 5 years before we actually moved to Devon. It wasn't until we started putting real, tangible dates in the diary of when we were going to move that we actually did it. For us, in this journey, it's 8 months. It helps you create a sense of urgency and gives you a focus point of when the end goal is going to be complete by. Side note, under no circumstances is this in 8 months going to be the end of your goals. You're not going to be clicking your fingers in 8 months and living this perfect world life. However, it's going to be getting you a huge step further forward than where you are now. I also believe it's really important when we get into it to set realistic goals. The thing is, we're all shown these overnight successes on Instagram, on YouTube, lets people say this is my quick fix to getting the life you want. We're not about that game here because you know, I know, it's just not realistic. Humans need time. Humans need habits. We see these people who are seemingly gone from 1 to 100 overnight, yet the reality is that we haven't seen the last 5 years of them in at 0, building the habits, building the relationships, building the confidence, building everything that it takes them to go from 0 to 100. That doesn't mean that it can't happen overnight, and that doesn't mean that your journey has to take those 5 years. It doesn't. It can happen with focus, dedication, and full intent in less than a year. I think it really depends on what your ultimate goal is, but somewhere between 6 and 12 months really is the sweet spot. Have enough time to execute your goals, to plan them, to stabilize your vision, to make mistakes, to learn the habit, to put the work in, to feel the change, to embrace the change. And that's the thing, humans need time to recalibrate. Our brains are wired to keep us safe. They're not wired for change. I'll be making a video all about this in the coming weeks, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. This also gives us time to fail, because failure is part of the process. If you're trying to become healthier, you're gonna eat junk food. If you're trying to save money, you're gonna have days where you spend too much. If you're trying to build a new business, you're gonna get it wrong sometimes. If you make something, it's gonna break. It is what it is, and it's something you must learn to move on from. What makes moving on easier? Finding your why. Finding your why is arguably the most important step on this whole journey. Honestly, unless you find your why, you're not gonna get over the failures. You're gonna give up. You're not gonna be able to push past the hard times. Keep going when it feels like nothing is going right. If you've got a life right now that you describe as okay, unless you find your why, your brain's not gonna let you get out of this okay life. You won't be able to push past the absolute shit moments if you think your life's good enough as it is anyway. It's your why that picks you back up off the floor when nothing else seems possible. Your why has got to be as personal as it gets. I can't tell you what your why is. Nobody else can tell you what your why is, because only you in your soul and your heart know what your why is. For us, it's because Mike's knee cannot keep working for another 30 years. We want to see the world. We want to live financially free. Yes, it's also because I want to help humans like you. I want to help people. I want to help people find their own why, discover their own inner self. That's why I did a psychology degree. However, that's not going to help me push past those dark days. The thing that's going to get me past the dark days is that Mike's knee can't survive another 30 years. Okay, so you found your why. Now, the next step is to get really specific on the what. What do you want your life to look like in 6, 9, 12 months? I'd recommend starting with a visualization meditation. I actually have one at the start of the channel, so I will link it below. It's also linked in the PDF if you want to get back to it another time. The main thing you want to do is write down what your day looks like. What this day in the future that you have picked as the day that you think life will look very different to what it looks now. Picture exactly what that day looks like, and then craft your goals around that day. For us, I'm not going to go too specific, but we want to be making at least the same amount of money in this business as we are currently in the carpentry business. I want to feel like I'm making a difference to people's lives. We want to be able to comfortably travel for those 6 weeks, with the ultimate goal of travelling the world or living abroad. Plus, I want to feel as healthy as possible, because when I feel healthy, my anxiety's not as bad. Yours could be anything, about anything. The process is the same. If you're like I was at the start, before we moved to Devon, you might have written those goals down 100 times before. This might be the very first time you've decided what you want from your life. No matter where you're at, how long you've been thinking about this, the most important thing right now is to plan. You can't just go from where you are right now and leap jump to the future. There is a set of steps that have got you to that new place. Because we've put a time frame on this goal, the best thing to do is take your end goal and figure out all the little steps that you need to take to get back to where you are now. This gives you an idea of how long you've got to work on each step. One of the best ways to figure this out is to look at other people that have done it. Study people, look at how they've done it, listen to people like myself, and understand what are the steps that I need to take. What has their journey been like, and how can that compare to my journey? Or you can hire me as your coach. If one-to-one training's too much for you now, which some people it is, I understand it. Other people, they're so committed to this goal, they're willing to spend whatever it takes to get there. Working one-to-one with someone really helps solidify that. It helps you understand every single step. However, I understand if that's not for you right now. I will have lots of courses and free resources coming over the next 6 months to be able to help you on this journey, because helping you is part of my ultimate goal. Okay, you've got your why, you've got your steps, what's next? For me, it's weekly check-ins. I block Monday mornings out of my diary. I dedicate it to seeing where I am on my checklist, to learning, to coming up with ideas, getting my knowledge to where it needs to be, making sure I'm on track, specifically doing things that are going to move me forward towards my next goals, and making sure I know what those next goals are. You can do this in any time frame. I find Mondays the most useful, but you might think a monthly check-in's okay for your goal, or you might think you need it more often than that. This is also a really good time for me to point out that you need to have something daily reminding you of your why. For me, it's meditating and visualization. Every single day, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, I sit down and I visualize that thing that we did at the start of how I want my life to look. You don't have to do this sat down meditating. For some people that does not work. Maybe you can do that visualization while you're on your daily walk, or you're running, or you're at the gym, or you're drawing, or you're gardening. Anything that works for you. Maybe it's a Pinterest board, which I love doing, that you pin to every single morning before you start your day. Find what connects you to your ultimate vision every single day. It also keeps your brain from getting distracted, from keeping you safe and in where you are now mode. Maybe have a mood board up in your space, keep it as your computer backdrop or your phone lock screen, whatever it is for you. I understand. All this sounds so easy. All you have to do is make a list of goals, do them every day, and do some visualization. The thing is, it ultimately is that easy. The thing that will be holding you back is your belief in yourself. To get where you want to go, you have to have the self-confidence to believe, I am going to get there. I am worthy. I am abundant. I am capable of getting to that place. You have to be able to identify your perceived obstacles and get over them, choosing to do it anyway. You have to believe you're worthy and capable of living your most beautiful life. Without that, this is really just a dream that you don't think is ever going to be possible for your life. Or dreams you're maybe scared to put out into the world. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy for me to even make this video, for example. Starting to admit that we need to change again our whole business when I already get some judgment for being quite indecisive and changing my mind and always having a new business idea on the go is ultimately pretty scary. The biggest worry is what impact is this going to have on our carpentry and joinery business. But really, what does that impact matter at this stage? If the plan is to close it anyway, does the impact really matter, or is that just my perceived obstacle? Is there even going to be an impact? The reality is probably not. We will make this happen together. We will make this happen, you will make this happen, and I am going to help you and other humans awaken their inner selves and create their most beautiful life. That is me being my own permission slip. You have to accept the responsibility that nobody else is going to change your life but you. It's all down to you, because only you know your why, your true why, and with that, that's what's going to change your life. I promise you, you really are in control. And when you begin to accept that, your whole life will open up in front of your eyes. You need to know that ultimately you are the only person you can rely on. Yes, you have friends, you have partners, you may have people that work for you, but ultimately you have got to be the driving force behind all of this. Yes, people will work for you in your business, people will help you, but if you're not doing the driving, it's not going to happen. Only you can be the force that has the vision. Paul's mowing the lawn. I'm sure you can hear that. Life isn't perfect. Things like lawnmowers going across the field outside of you happen. You just gotta keep going. You need to be that person with the umbrella at the front of the crowd, holding it up, getting everybody to go the same way as you are. If you're still here, you literally need a high five because that was a long video. I promise the rest of the videos won't be this long, and if you're one of the people that's still here, it shows that you are committed to making a change in your life. You really needed all the foundations to set you up on this path. I honestly mean it. If you're still here, you're way more likely than the rest of the people watching this video who aren't still here to get to where you want to go, because you're already more committed than the rest of them. Come follow me on Instagram, we'll be talking about this a lot more. There's loads more videos coming up. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next week.